Hello, I'm John Foxy on channel John of the West. I'm having a Disco Elysium adventure. That was me gently nudging the snowball backwards because I think I'm a little bit loud. Because it's this particular game, and this particular game is a little bit loud. Let's turn my volume down a little. That's better. I'll turn that up after I finished it, I think. Okay, where am I? It's been a week. I accidentally didn't upload for a week. Accidentally. I was quite busy. You know, 'tis the season and all. Has that got rid of that? What are we doing? Let's remind ourselves what our current quests are. Sing karaoke. We've got to get a hold of a sad tape on song. And of course, we've gained some information about ourselves. We are a sorry cop. We might want to be more of a superstar cop. Possibly. We're a bit of a boring cop as well. We need to find some nose things to... I thought I did that. Investigate the body. Keep searching for the caller. You know what? We have places to investigate. Don't have to worry too much about what I'm doing. Because clearly we can go into this bookstore.
Hi, Ace Detective. Are you here for more books?
Okay, I thought that might be unlocked. Okay, bye. And I was going to make a cup of tea and I forgot. So I'm going to actually pause here while this loads. Alright. Right, I didn't really need to tell you that. I very hastily made a cup of tea. Obviously it only pauses for me. Let's have a look around this shop. It means it's going to be a poor quality cup of tea. Very sorry cup of tea. Gift books and molten candy. We can do this. It's got a little thing around his head. Look at that. We'll have a conversation as well. There's a mountain of board games, a small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by the Whirl-related merchandise. Don't know how to pronounce that. Look through the pile of Whirl-related items. An endless variety of sourcebooks, law books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welkin Compendium, 2nd edition. There's also a large hardbound tome with intricate cover art, The Hunters of Katuak, Boreal Creature Compendium, and a Pick Your Path adventure game book titled Tales of Whirl, Cavern of Velcrag. Conceptualization. Books in a board game section. Who wants to read books? That's a great picture. Anything that catches my eye? There's a box that says Whirl, 3rd edition, Mega Setting Supplements Module. The side panel notes a fantastique adventure board game. New maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. We have 60 real. That's pretty cheap. It's pretty cheap. Continue. The price is steep, but then it's a 3rd edition Mega Setting Supplement, so it makes sense. Oh no, I don't have 25 real. I have 0.60. Damn, I want that Whirl game. Storekeep, what board games do you have here? Wonderful board games, sir. The Viticulturist is a classic for sure. Perhaps you'd like the Archipelago of Insulinde, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubritter is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games for the whole family. You can play with your children. I don't feel as if I have any kids. Friends are technically like family. She fiddles with her pendant, thinking. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It costs 12 real. So, what about all these Whirl things? Lousy auras there. No, placents. What? Oh, that's her name. Lousy auras there, she shudders. No, role-playing games are popular among those types. You know, those into those kinds of things. Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities, highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. Okay, well, I want some Wirral stuff, but maybe I want some Susan Ranty as well. You know. Old sports magazines tucked away in a dark corner. Man from the I presume that's a silent H. Gelmdal series. The display rack is brimming with horn paperbacks featuring an extremely muscular, sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Gelmadal somewhere. Storekeep, tell me about the Muscle Man books. Oh, the man from Gelmdal, a very popular series of adventure novels. She looks at the books with some disdain. They're awfully immoral and violent books. Why are they so popular? Blood and violence, scantily clad women, epic narratives, all those mythical things he encounters. They're bound to grab those with little imagination and nothing to do. Well, he's got lots of imagination. Doesn't sound like something I'd be interested in. At last, someone sensible. She fills with her pendant. However, I still urge you to buy one. Can't judge a book by the cover, they say. If you're a novice of the series, I'd recommend the Gelmdalaman, the man from Gelmdal. It's supposed to be a good introduction to the series. Look for the display of books. Rows and rows of Gelmdalaman blur your vision. You make out some of the titles. Man from Gelmdal and the Mammoth Riders, Man from Gelmdal, Return from the Gelmdal, and the solipsistic Man from Gelmdal and the Gelmdal Man. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? A Man from Gelmdal and the Sages at the End of the World, Man from Gelmdal and the False God, Man from Gelmdal and the Scorched Earth, Man from Gelmdal and the Gelmdal Colonies, Man from Gelmdal and the Swamp Beast, Man from Gelmdal and the Snow Crabs. Is that all? Not even close! Man from Gelmdal in Hell, Man from Gelmdal in the Forest of Slaves, Man from Gelmdal under the lake, Man from Gelmdal, Gelmdal burning. There's even a trial of death, a Pastanal combat game book set in the world of Gelmdalaman, and so much more. Pain threshold medium. Do any of the books call out to me? Nothing of interest, only silence and cosmic background. Pain radiation. Yeah, they're probably not very good books. If she says they're for people lacking in imagination. Even though it's funny in this game, I probably wouldn't be interested in like a barbarian book series. The book collection collects the national... Oh, no, it's gone now. Is there a record of what it actually said? I completely missed it. Oh well. Closed curtains. You see a set of tattered curtains blocking the way to another room. A strange cage-like trinket dangles from the curtains.
Excuse me, officer. The back room is strictly for employees only.
Oh, she's got a voice. I was quite glad. It wasn't nearly high enough. Shopkeeper, what's behind the curtains? Nothing. Now please go back to browsing books. She fiddles with her pendant. Don't you feel compelled to look at the books? The books are all you care about. Conceptualization. She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell on you, urging you to buy more books. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you away from the curtains, the more alluring they become. Examine the cage like trinket. You see some kind of Charm, an irregular polyhedron assembled from bones, sticks, and straws. Inside, disturbing fish head with an empty eye socket stares at you. Encyclopedia. From the looks of it, this is a traditional Seminoles ward meant to provide protection against ill luck, bad dreams, curses, and other supranatural scourges. And who are the Seminoles? The inhabitants of the El de Fantome, the Seminine Islands down south. Aside from poking at it suspiciously, there's nothing else to do with the fish head charm at this time. The curtains remain shut before you. I will ignore the curtains for now, because I want to examine the rest of the place first. Shelf of crime novels. These shelves are overburdened with books from the same series. You see the name Dick Mullen over and over. Look through the display of books. Crime fiction is a disgrace, an asinine misrepresentation of the physical attributes and arduous everyday work of actual police officers. These books greatly overestimate the excitement of police work, glossing over how long it takes to actually follow up on leads and eliminate dead ends. What's more, they completely ignore the psychological hardships of year after year coming through contact with people during the worst days of their lives. Not a single mention of all the stress this work creates upon the officer's family. Detective fiction just doesn't tell the truth at all. Now, would you like a list of the books found on the shelf? Sure thing. You see Dick Mullen on the job. Get me Mullen! The Stalwart Adventures of Richard P. Mullen, Dick Mullen and the Murder in the Orchard, The Sordid Affair of Dick Mullen. Killing is declared. Dick Mullen in the Murder House. The Final Case of Dick Mullen, an obvious lie. Dick Mullen in the Clock Tower. The Ordeals of Dick Mullen. Dauntless Dick. Dick Mullen's funeral pyre and the murder of Dick Mullen. Dick Mullen dies? Oh no, turns out he faked it to solve a case. Are there any more? Yes, there's also The Dame Who Did It. Farewell, my Mullen. Faking death seems to be a common trope in the Mullen series. The morbid tales of Dick Mullen and a dark tide turns. Tragedy calls for Dick Mullen, another one with a fake death. And of course, Dick Mullen, the murderer. In order to catch a murderer, Dick Mullen must become the murderer. After all this, you still haven't found the answer to one of the question that matters. This is Inland Empire. Who is Dick Mullen? Reaction speed medium. Who is Dick Mullen? Your quick eye notices a small caterpillar crawling across the span of a book. The title reads, Dick Mullen and the Mistaken Identity. What do we have here? Mistaken Identity? A worn paperback from the Dick Mullen classic hard-boiled phase. The premise seems to be that Dick Mullen is framed for the murder of his best friend and has just a few days to prove his innocence. Why does this speak to me? Could it be that the motifs of unstable identities and shocking betrayals? No, it's got to be something else. Perhaps you're drawn to the dark and noirish atmosphere. No, not that either. Is it because the smoking dame and the slinky red dress on the cover is giving you a hard-on? What? No, that's not what's happening. Yes, it is. The bulge in your pants is embarrassingly obvious. Electro-chemistry. Relax, it's not that bad. Also, this means your blood flow is returning to normal. Good news, really. Something the matter, detective? Kim, would you describe this woman as a smoking dame? The lieutenant narrows his eyes and contemplates the book for a moment. I would certainly say she fits that description, providing that's your type. It's still too expensive for me. Storekeep, what's all this crime fiction? Oh, crime, robberies, murders, she lowers her voice. Even sexual crimes. We're fortunate to have Dick Mullen and his stories to sort all that out. You're a police officer, apparently. You should buy all of these. They really do teach a person how to be a proper detective. Logic. Challenging. Success. Note, reading about Dick Mullen will not actually make you a better detective. I don't think that was that challenging of an idea, but whatever. a quaint picture of a book brochure, very colourful. It's a tome of fascist magic, rather candid. Oh, hang on. Shelf of biographies. The plaque on the shelf reads biographies of famous people. You see a large variety of names, none of which ring a bell. Okay, I just want to... Everyone knows the most interesting thing about fascists was their magic. Fair enough. Let's look through the display. Browsing through all the books with all their names makes your head spin. None of these seem important or relevant. It's just vapid egoism. Suddenly, a particularly odd title catches your eye. It reads, High Speed Love, the tragic true story of Jacob Ira and Alfie Delatraz by one Cecilia Eberbrook. What's it about? High Speed Love chronicles the romance between two of the finest tip-top tawny racers in history. One of them is madcap driver Jacob Ira, and his blonde mane graces the cover. Next to Ira's life story, it's IRW. I'm going to call him Ira. Next to Ira's life story, you see a slim biography of an Occidental rock star called the Anti-Star. He's famous for shooting morphine into one of his eyeballs and cocaine into the other. Next to that, Revacholian radio personality, William Berry, stands in front of a run-down drag den. He's a permanent feature on Channel 8, reporting on real-life crime and ruining cops' days. I really must insist you buy one of the books. You're interrupted by the shopkeep. Reading them is not for free. Do still browse, though, but not too long. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to rush you. You are browsing. Go ahead, take your time. Time is commerce. Shall I keep anything of note in this shelf? I would say, the woman hums to herself, the greatest innocence. Yes, most certainly. It's an important educational tool, delving into the depths of history, religion, and their relation to innocentric power. Who or what is Innocence? Very influential historical figure. But surely I don't have to tell you that. She waves her hand, as if casting aside the thought. You're a law officer, and law officers have at least some education. The book is very daring. The author aims to re-examine the universal understandings of the innocentric system, creating a fresh vantage point and a shift in the tide order of things. I thought it was about which of these innocences is the coolest and greatest. Perhaps for the layman, she scoffs, deep analysis is necessary to peel back the multi-layered meanings. Do her words seem vague and abstract to you? They do. Do you recommend it? Certainly. It's prudent for a person to have at least an elementary understanding of history and society. Imagine the chaos we'd be in otherwise. You feel like you should get this one? Definitely. It's important, somehow. There is something personal inside. Okay, there we go. What's Inland Empire? E06. Just going to remind myself what Inland Empire is. Hunches and gut feelings. Alright, good. Yeah, Inland Empire is an unfiltered wellspring of imagination, emotion, and foreboding that enables you to grope your way through the invisible dimension of reality, getting insight into which sight can't see. There we go. What's really going on? What do these enigmatic riddles mean for the world fate? At high levels. Okay, well, that'll do. Several maps have been attached to the bulletin board hidden inside the alcove. They are held up by small pins. The board has come loose from one corner. The maps look old and faded. Your eye catches the map of Insulinde, the map of Revachol, and a map of Martinez. Look at the map of Insulinde. A large map displays archipelagos. You see a constellation of small dots on the light blue emptiness of the Insulindic Ocean. The largest in the northeast is Le Calou. You are here. Another is far away in the southwest, Seminese Islands, Île des Fantômes. What else? Ozone, Laurentide, Face à la Mer, Archipelagos, North Arcade Islands. It's all just specks of dust on the vastness of the Insulindic. On the edges of the map, the colour fades into a blur of dotted lines, black and white. Visual calculus, disintegrating into mathematics. Inland Empire. In the northeast, a dust mite stands on the north coast of Calou in a box store. It's you. Can you see cities on the islands? You can. On Kalo, Revachol, a single black star. On Zone, Fond de l'Air, and Vermando on the archipelagos. Quoint, Moraine, Villiers on Semenine, Old Devai, and on Laurentide, Diora of the Seven Seas. 850 million people live on these little dots, an oceanic world of culture and commerce torn apart by history. Look at the edges. The ocean. I'm going to drink some tea, I am. That's not bad. It's not bad. It's a bit hot at the moment. The ocean breaks apart into a tangle of cosines and azimuths, all pointing into pale nothingness. Mundi is the north azimuth. Grad is the northeast azimuth. Samara is the east azimuth. Seoul is the west azimuth. Isolas, they are called. I don't know what azimuth is. Connections to the other worlds. Oh. Words past the Insulindian. What? Words past the Insulindian. Unknown to you. Bloody hell, words. Words. You only know you've never been there. My encyclopedia is impossible. You have a little idea what they are. Distant stars, gods, but nothing at them. But looking at them makes you feel almost non-existent. Whatever they are, the Isolas are immeasurably large compared to you, and very, very far away. I like that it's impossible. Perhaps they are gods. Gods of distance and outer dust. So, sorry, I just bumped the footrest. I'm guessing, so if any skill is too high, you can start going crazy in that skill. And I'm guessing this is like Eldritch Horror territory, and I really don't want to know the answers to that. Let's look at the map of Revachol. The north coast of a verdant island is shattered by the delta of a river. It is the River Esperant. Countless bridges put the shards back together, connecting city blocks to river islands. La Delta says a great artificial hut in the centre teeming with life forms and constructions. To the east, rolling hillsides, Le Jardin, Stella Maris, the suburbs of Saint Baptiste, swallowed up into the megacity. They sound rich to you. This is Revachol east and west of the river. Curion. It's somewhere to live, not bad. Then there's Jamrock. It's bad. People shouldn't live there, but they do. Then Faulberg. It's almost as bad and much larger than Coal City. It's the worst. And Martinez. It's so small you can't even see it on the map. No. Wait. Here it is. North of Jamrock. The strip of coast next to the greater Revachol Industrial Harbour. It looks downright despondent. It's almost Coal City, to be honest. Volition. Easy. Success. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. It's still something. Streets and sodium lights. The sky. The world. You're alive. Hold yourself together. Keep your morale up. I want to put some skills into that. Look at the map of Martinez. It's not really a map. It's a tourist thing. A picture postcard with buildings on it, drawn from the isometric perspective. A date on the upper right corner says 48. Still, it's detailed. Could be pretty useful for scouting ahead. You see the jagged boxes of an industrial harbour. Even the whirling in rags is there. Doorkeep, can I buy these maps? I'm sorry, officer. The maps of Martinez are only... the map of Martinez is the only one available. The other two are not for sale anymore. And besides, you could scarcely afford them. Ah. Oh, we've had a breakthrough. They're quite valuable, though they might not look at it. Look it. The map of Martinez is 90 cents, though. Still. Okay, we have a solution. Okay, I don't know how this works. Oh, hang on. Did it just give me this? You one sorry piece of shit, a cop penitent, a flagellant cop monk. This is not the right line of work for you. You should be grovelling at the feet of a feudal lord, providing the lurid evidence against yourself at a Mazonian show trial, or ripping the flesh from your back with a cast of ninetails. Whatever made you this way, you can be damn sure it was your own fault. Do it. Really, criticize yourself. Who knows, you might uncover something of importance from your guilt-ridden past. Ah. Seems like a bad idea. Breakthrough imminent. Oh, I see, so I've not had the breakthrough yet. Why is the one of Martinez so cheap? That old thing? It's an out-of-date map of a tourist location that never was nor came to be. From when some design studio people tried to spruce the place up 4 or 5 years ago. They also renovated the horse statue, set up those coin-operated viewers, and designed the new street lamps. Rhetoric. Medium success. The place does not look like a successful tourist trap, does it? What happened then? They didn't get far. For some reason. A shame the project never got going. Would be nice if someone fixed Martinez up. All these ruins are bad for business. Interface challenging. Steal it instead. I might read. Seems like a bad idea to steal it. Okay. Lonesome long way home. My thought is complete. Let's look at that lovely picture as well. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the Frozen Eye at the centre of the district, then past the video rental store on the corner. There, the end of the street lined with pine trees, a small house, no larger than a matchbox, 11 Voyager Road. You no longer live there. Those times are gone. And so are those people. Why did you come here? Why are you still here? And where's the dealer? You have to get back to work. That's all you have now. Learning cap for perception raised to 5 speed gives 1 a sigh. Accept. Okay. Gives 1 sigh perception. So if I look at that. Where is it again? Perception and sigh. What's perception? Well, I know what sigh is at the very least. Alright. We'll figure that out later. I don't know if I want to annoy the shopkeeper. Um... Do I make a new save? Alright, I don't know. Pull over the curtains! Just as you're about to pull apart the curtains, the petrified voice of the shop owner cries out once more. Sir, don't touch that! I told you it's off limits for customers! Her hand has closed around her pendant. Her fingers nervously play with the talisman. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. What? Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible for the consequences. It's too dangerous. Perception, hearing. She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people? Is this about the curse? That's why you're afraid. No, it's just a storeroom for employees. I told you. Now please step away from the curtains. She's almost begging you. Ma'am, this is different. I'm a police officer. I need to get in here. Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. She stops abruptly as her hand flies over her mouth, baffled by her own bluntness. I am sorry. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that. You'll only make things worse and unleash the powers. Savoir-faire. Easy. Success. The curtains do seem frail suddenly. Not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness. But I sense this place calling for me. I must investigate beyond the threshold. You do? She grabs her pendant again, visibly shaken. My God! Even more reasons not to mess with the curtains. Just step away, dear sir. All right. I'll think about it for a while. Thank you. The shopkeeper lets out a loud sigh. Let's just talk about this first, all right? There's no reason for you to venture into the unknown. Talking is always good. Go see what she has to say. The curtains tattered with age, covered with dust, hang before you, as if taunting you. Ignore the curtains, for now.
Welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People. My name is Plaisance.
Plaisance, and her name was... Her voice was completely off. I managed to somehow veer completely away from that.
Be welcome. And please take responsibility for the energy you bring into this space.
That's cheeky. I'm not gonna... That's ask for money. I'm not gonna do that. So, are you the owner of this store?
I am the proudest owner of our little shop of culture.
Her voice is high-pitched, as if to give it more penetration. Not as high-pitched as you was doing, though, John. The girl outside mentioned this place is cursed. Cursed? Who said that? Annette? She blinks. I will have a word with her. This place is not cursed. It has a robustly magnetic energy, good for commercial activity. My business is thriving, sir. What in God's name is she talking about? Your daughter is the one standing outside the store, right? Annette! Yes, my daughter! I hope she wasn't slacking off again with her nose in science fiction. Tell me, was she at her post, doing her job like a proper girl? Yes, of course. Wonderful. Did you talk to her? Yes. Great. On a scale of 1 to 10, how compelled were you to buy books after talking with her? I'm caught between 10 or I'm not going to grade a human being. I don't do that. 10. She's certainly very polite and helpful. My precious, her dedication brings joy to my heart. She's immensely satisfied with the answer. If you have children, I hope they turn out as great as my Annette. I'm here to dismantle the free market and abolish child labour. All this pressure has made her really anxious. You know she's been chewing her nails. God, I told her not to do that. It's such a disgusting habit. Her voice is firm. She'll get over it. Anxiety is a part of life. I don't think she can do anything about it. She can, if she has enough willpower. This is what's called growing pains. Life isn't easy. Life doesn't give breaks. Come on, ma'am. It's obvious she can't do anything about it. You're placing an unnecessary burden on a young child. Oh, bloody hell, Kim here. I'm just trying to think of his perspective. Like, we're doing a murder case. Okay, we've gone into a bookstore for reasons. Oh, I may as well just be a part of this. I'm a part of it now. But, what you're doing is wrong. Even I know that, and I usually don't know anything. She sounds stiff and severe, silently fuming. 10 or so seconds pass without change. Continue. She's looking for... rhetoric, medium success. She's looking for one, but there simply aren't any good arguments for being an asshole. Oh, there are plenty, but, the people give. All of a sudden she exhales sharply, her shoulders slump down. Oh no, she mutters. Hold on, I need to invite her inside and apologize. She must be freezing out there. There. She returns with a nod. I don't know what to say to you. My husband, he tries to teach me business lessons. I have what my mother calls a dull mind. All the stress. She stops, but her mouth keeps moving. Okay, I should probably level up one of these. Okay. I need to talk to Gart. I can't quite remember. It doesn't matter. I don't need to level up now, do I? Is this husband Annette's father? Yes, my husband is a successful entrepreneur east... I don't know how to pronounce that word. East of the river. If only he were more involved in the business we're running up here, she says gloomily. No matter, soon we'll be off the Grand Curon. Wait, Grand Curon? What's that? It's a proper place to live. One of the most peaceful neighbourhoods east of Jamrock. You may know it for its massive housing projects. Most of the buildings are empty at the moment. Her smile is wide. It's a great opportunity to get ahead of the crowds. Better times ahead, that's for sure. And your husband's also involved in the bookstore? He made the initial investment. Since then, he's been what you might call a silent partner. Continue. Super silent, almost inaudibly so. She an only child? Yes, I'm afraid so. A real treat she is. It would be nice if she had... She pauses for a second. No, we couldn't have afforded more children, really. Not in this economy. Composure. Medium success. Glimmer of sadness blinks through the well-crafted exterior. Why not? We're quite busy people, you know. My husband and I, quite busy. Her voice wavers a bit. Children are a lot of work. You don't look like a father, so I don't expect you to understand. She catches herself at the impoliteness. I'm sorry. I'm sure you do understand. She told me she doesn't go to school anymore. Placence nods. She's been too busy helping me here. She studied at home this trimester. This is a temporary solution, of course. I assure you that I, of all people, understand the importance of education. She will be back in school the moment the store takes off. And hell freezes over. Never mind, not a good topic to get into. Right, I had something else in mind. The woman looks aloof, her features much softer. Occasionally she glances at her daughter's silhouette. What if I want to buy a book? Goodness! You were already doing the good browsing the shelves. Why'd you stop? She fiddles her pendant and waves her bony fingers directly at you. Do you feel compelled? Go! Get back there! The books await you! So what kind of books do you have? Everything is on the shelves. Take a good look. She nudges her glasses. The shelves compel you, don't they? Okay, I'll take another look. Why are you so uptight about those curtains? I just want to know what's on the other side. I already told you it's just a storage room for employees. I don't understand why it's so important to you. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books. Drama. Medium success. She recites it like a poem, or like she's playing a role she's grown tired of. If it's just a storage room, why does it have a Seminese ward protecting it? It's just for decoration. She wavers under your gaze, mouth pressed into the tight-lipped smile, then something breaks. Okay, fine, it's because this place is cursed. Just like Annette said, they don't call it the doomed commercial area for nothing. Are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything? She closes her eyes and starts mumbling something to her pendant. How does this curse manifest itself? A shiver runs through the woman as she looks around the dimly lit store. The curse is so much worse than you can imagine. It's a disease, eating at the very foundation. A voice drops to a whisper. It's the curse of the financial distress, of ruin and bankruptcy. She peers at the curtains again. Ah, Annette mentioned that the previous tenants have experienced some financial troubles. It's not just that, officer. We're dealing with some supernatural here. Something supernatural. It's the cacao demons, feeding off bad business practices and disappointing income statements. There's something wrong with this building. I can tell you, ever since I arrived, I sensed an eerie lingering presence, as if I was unwanted here. Why didn't you tell me right away it's the curse? It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The negativism. She shivers. It's dangerous. Talking about the void wraiths angers them. Wow, void wraiths. You have new words. Have you sought help from anyone? Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists, even a pair of Seminese mediators. They provided me with awards. She nods at the strange cage-like trinket on the curtains. The wards help keep the doom at bay and protect us against the darkness that lies further in the building, even though I now fear it's not enough. Is that pendant a part of the wards as well? Pointed to a necklace. Oh, this! She holds the pendant into her palm. Its ochre heart glistens under the lights. No, it's special. Me an amulet, blessed by the desert pygmy shamans, with a spell of compulsion. It's to compel people to buy books. There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with different inducement spells. For example, she nods, it's guaranteed to boost sales 15%. Desert pygmy shamans, that sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. Yes it does. Doesn't seem like the spell is working. There are no customers around except you. Honestly, it seems like the pendant thing is a scam. You could be doing so much more. He nudges her spectacles. Sir, I am well educated in the commercial and esoteric arts. I'll know what to do and what to avoid. Have you ever thought of a sale? Maybe this could lure in some customers. Discount my wares? I can see, sir, that you don't value books very highly. Besides, this would only tempt the phantoms of the doom. They can sense the desperation, you know. Would you like me to take the case? I can investigate to see if the curse is real. Conclude. Most certainly not. I don't want anyone who's not familiar with the psychic arts to be involved in this mess. Stay away. Leave the spirits be so they can return to their slumber. Drama, medium success. My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Convince her to let you investigate the doomed commercial area. Drama, medium 10. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what a world-class perfidy looks like. Wait, what if I don't want to lie? You're not lying, you're giving her peace of mind. This means... the means are thus justified. Like, bit my head's going, no, it's fine, it's fine. In like a really unconvincing way. Ma'am, I came here to help. I've handled paranatural situations before. Are you sure? She looks skeptical. Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. I returned from the void. A para-detective from a long line of para-detectives. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one. You're clearly a drinker. Pardon me for being so blunt, but... you do look like one. The lieutenant keeps his unusual stony calm. He silently picks out of his notebook. I admit, I've had my share of drinks, but only because the spectral realm is parapsychologically taxing. How do you know all this? Here we go. Debad the bad energies. Your wards brought me here in the first place. The Simonese blood also runs through me. You're part Simonese. Oh, it means our meeting couldn't have been mere chance. The hand of fate guides us. But I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You're certain you can help us? Keep us safe. I can't allow any collateral damage to hit us. Just ask my partner Kim. He'll vouch for me. I know that was a bad idea. The lieutenant has not been listening close enough. Oh, he mumbles in minor confusion. You put him on the spot. Certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you that my partner is eminent in this particular field. She shuffles nervously. If you promise, good officer, then... She pauses. You might be our last hope. Do you swear it? A hand on your heart. On my honour. Task gained. Investigate the doomed commercial area. Thank you, sir. A timid sigh of relief followed by a cautious smile. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity. Can I say my game? I can't. Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire. Of course, the entity. Close your eyes, for I have sensed its presence. You have, she gasps. The entity takes the form of a woman. A witch, probably. I suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that she lives inside the chimneys? Chimney. The passage between heaven and hell, of course. Yes. That chimney is a part of the building's central furnace, and it's enormous. She's barricaded herself behind some metal security curtains. God knows what she's doing there. I've gained the key to the bookstore back door. Some unnatural magic, I assume. She shivers. You should go find the entity and ask what it happened to all the companies in the building. What is the source of this curse? Here's the key to the warded door behind the curtains. Take it. Oh, and please, do return to me after you've looked around. I'm quite anxious to know what she has to say about the curse. What do you discover in there? Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover probably... What you discover, I like that. They're not agreeing with each other. That's quite cool. My gut says it's going to be evil, and my logic says it's going to be nothing. What you discover probably is just some office space. Don't be scared. A few more questions about the curse? Never mind. Farewell for now, book peddler. Right, and farewell for now, viewer. I've got a map. A net. Oh, suggestion. Medium. Okay, I'm going to save my game. We haven't leveled up yet, but I've been John Proxy on Tunnel John of the West. I've been having a Disco Elysium adventure. And I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.